What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Inner Circle Podcast. Hello, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, days and dems. This is another episode.
Days and dems.
welcome. Woo. Listen, we are. First of all, how are you? Real quick before we get into the show, because girl, breaking news, right?
Yeah.
So, but how are you before we get into that?
I'm good. Can't complain.
How you feeling? I know
I'm
you
feeling
getting sick yesterday or earlier.
Yeah. It's the weirdest thing. I got my flu shot like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think. I don't remember. But like yesterday when I got home for some reason from work, I started feeling like my left nostril was feeling a little heavy, and like when you scrunch up your nose and you feel like this like pain or something, or like just feels really tight in the back of your nose. I was like, oh hell no. And I have a neti pot. I use that shit like all the time. But I did the Dominican remedy and like stuffed Mad Vicks vapor rub in my nose, and I like slept, and I did a steam shower, but I feel a little bit better. It's just I hate the feeling when you're about to get sick, and if you don't take care of it right away, you're fucked. And I was drinking Emergency. Can I just say, Emergency is disgusting to me. I got the orange flavor.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's usually the orange flavor, no?
Does it have to be in water, or can you put that shit in like juice? Like if I were to drink orange juice, can I put the powder in there?
Just because orange juice has so much added sugars, I don't know if it would like kind of like kill the purpose of like Emergency. I don't know. I wouldn't do it.
Well,
you did. You did it?
I tried it and I didn't taste it. And I was like, I hope this works, but I mean, I'm okay so far. We'll see. But yeah, this weather, bitch. I told you the other day when I saw you with no damn jacket. I'm like, honey, it's 50 something and it feels like 30 something. Like yes. Winter is around the corner, even though I think in the next coming days it's gonna be like high 70.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, starting I think tomorrow or Friday, it'll be 70s for a few days.
Yeah. Even my trench coat wasn't like warm enough. I also bought on last night. I was so cold in my apartment, which is wild because I guess my building does not put the heat on until it drops, like the temperature drops down to like 40 something, 45. Mm-hmm. They finally put the heat, but like I was feeling a little bit cold, bitch, because I am cold. Is it cold-blooded when you get cold easily? Yeah, I guess. And yeah, I went online on Amazon and I went on a shopping spree. I bought a bunch of fuzzy comforters and quilts and stuff. So I'm waiting for that to arrive. Anyways, how are you?
I'm well. I'm not bad. Just a little tired, but I'm not bad. This was a well, we're being honest now that I'm really processing things. It was 5 years yesterday of my mom's passing, and I don't know why. I have to talk to someone about this, but I don't know why I keep thinking there's something about October 12th that I keep going to and I need to explore that, but she passed 5 years ago, October 15th, and it's. I went through that. You get closer to things and you think you're okay and you feel okay, but then the slightest thing just like, gets you in a not a funk, but sad or
yeah,
cry. Like I was definitely fighting back tears at some point yesterday throughout the day.
Yeah.
But all in all, like we discussed, it's normal. It's not bad. Sometimes I feel this guilt, like. Not guilt, but like this, does it get better? Or also in the back of my mind, which I shouldn't give a fuck about this and what people say and stuff, but like in the back of my mind, it's like, okay, people are gonna maybe think like, okay, like get up, like it's been how long now? Like, why are you
anyone that ever tells someone who's grieving or who has lost a parent specifically to move on or to get over it has no fucking soul, and they should fucking like the worst of the worst should happen to them,
Yeah.
honestly. And I don't wish. I mean, I have no experience, but having the experience of seeing someone and being close to someone that has lost a parent, I know how in conjunction it can be devastating. And even the thought, like just thinking about that and like the conversation we had the other day and how you were saying you had feelings, it made me feel like horrible for you. So I don't think that you need to like stop grieving or feel like you need to reserve your feelings because you feel like this is a reoccurring thing. It's life.
Yeah.
Um, I think we talked about this before I offline, but like one thing that I do enjoy from watching and just like that, there's a moment, there's a scene where what's her name, Mitzi von Buffling, whatever her name is, Mitzi or
I, I know
Bitsy.
who you're talking about, referencing
She
though.
says like when people pass away, you're grieving, but like there's a hole, but you just gotta create life around that
Mhm.
hole. And yeah, I don't think that you should feel like, oh my God, people are gonna think like, oh, every year he's gonna bring her up. And also another thing, I don't think that you grieving someone like your mom should be around this time. You can grieve her whenever. You could be in it, even like in the summertime
Yeah.
or any day that you think about her, you can grieve.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
I think with me, the times that like it affects me is, obviously Mother's Day, her
Yeah,
birthday, and Mother's Day and her birthday is like literally like days of,
like together.
yeah, like together, because her birthday is like the 17th, and usually Mother's Day is like that Sunday. So so those days, sometimes around the holidays, not necessarily, sometimes depending, around Christmas and stuff.
The last holiday that I went to Rhode Island was when she was around.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, you're right, and I have to get out of that mindset of like, oh, I people are gonna judge me for not moving on, or it's been X amount of years and stuff. So, but um, speaking of passings and grieving, again, we mentioned that at the top of the show, breaking news. Like literally, I was coming out and I seen your messages and stuff. We want to send our condolences to the family and fans of Liam Payne from One Direction. Today in Buenos Aires, Argentina, he fell from the third floor of his hotel room. Uh,
Balcony.
huh?
Hotel balcony.
Yeah, his hotel balcony, and it's
That
pretty
is
sad.
crazy.
It's crazy. I was like, when
31.
31.
31. There was, you know what's funny? It's not funny, but it's such a coincidence. I was on TikTok last night and I saw a video of him like not dancing or like hanging out in like an arena or something with a bunch of fans. They were all screaming and stuff, and they were like, "Oh, Liam Payne is in Argentina."
Yeah, he was there
I
for Neil Horan's. I guess Neil had a show there, a concert there, and he was there, and they reunited on stage. So yeah,
Wow.
that's kind of sad. And again, he was part of One Direction. He had his solo career as well. As we all know, they all went their solo ways. He also had a child, a son, with another big UK act singer. She was part of Girls Aloud, Cheryl.
Yeah.
They have a son, so that's, they dated, but they separated a year in 2018, so not too far off after they had a child together. But as we've
Mhm.
learned and read, he was troubled. He admitted himself he dealt with alcohol issues and prescription drugs. So yeah, and I think and not I think we know also he was going through things because, as we discussed earlier as well, he had a ex-girlfriend who on TikTok also was talking about how she made a video and was exposing him, blasting him, talking about how he's stalking her and how she needs to get a restraining order and all this stuff. So as I was reading, some fans are speculating, or some people are speculating that maybe pushed him and drove him over the edge. Some people,
Literally.
again, he felt. All we know is that he fell off his third floor balcony. But a lot of people think it's more. I told you right off the bat, drugs. I feel like drugs and alcohol was contributed to it. Also, from what I hear, report wise, he was acting erratic. The hotel reported he was acting erratic. He smashed a laptop, so he had to be taken to his room. So these are things that are being reported. So one has to assume. What do you think?
It's sad because it reminds me, there's a lot. I follow a lot of British pop culture, and it reminds me of Caroline Frack. I think it's her last name. She was the host, the original host of Love Island, and
Mhm.
she was going through like this big thing, like a domestic violence dispute with her and her boyfriend, who was like a tennis player at the time. And days after she got arrested for the incident, she she like died by suicide. Um, and that is terrible. I don't know. I don't want to speculate and think that he did that, but that I was shocked. I've never really not cared, but I've never really listened or was a big fan of One Direction. I remember my youngest sister, was obsessed with One Direction, especially with I think Zayn.
Mhm.
But
My favorite.
um, I do remember him from being in the X Factor. I
Yeah,
did see his like recent pictures. He looks completely different than when he first like came out or like when he was at his peak. Yeah, drugs will do it to you.
yeah.
And
It's
alcohol. Substance abuse will
so
do
yeah,
it to you.
Sean, we shout out to Sean. He reached out to and was saying how this is crazy, and like I told him as well. I'm like, listen, it goes to show, and we've seen it, especially us as we're growing older, and we have our favorites. We know we grew up with our parents' favorites that we've seen struggle, some of them, and then we see that our favorites as we're growing up, and even the newer generation, fame and fortune don't always bring happiness. Like it
Yeah,
really doesn't. Everyone thinks like, oh, famous. I want to be famous. I want to be famous, and thinks that will solve it all. Clearly not. Clearly not. So we'll wait and see what goes on. It's kind of sad. There's actually like pictures out there.
pictures of
TMZ
what?
of like him on the floor. There's pictures out there.
No.
Show it. They only showed some of his body parts,
How
but
did? Where'd you see that?
it's out there, but TMZ chose to only show like his arm with the tattoos and another body part. But they,
Well,
I guess
I'll say this:
say,
they a lot of people talk shit about America and how they are with the paparazzos and stuff, but we're a little bit more demure than some countries because some countries will expose and show it all. I
yeah,
don't even want to go on Twitter because I feel like in Twitter is going to show everything.
yeah, yeah. But just sad all around. Again, wishing.
Oh, they showed Liam's hotel room. I
Yeah,
don't know if this is real, but it shows like a messed up TV, drug paraphernalia.
there we go. There we go. I knew drugs were. It's bad to assume, and it sucks to assume and say I knew, but I just knew it. It's the first thing I told you. It's the first thing I told you when I seen your message. Did I not?
Wow, it looks like I'll send this to you, but yeah, there's like aluminum foil with a white substance.
Not crack. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, I hope that's not real.
Boy, but again, we'll keep you guys updated with whatever developments come out of this. On a happier note, not happy because my body felt it. As you know, we met up this weekend with our good Judy Ralph,
Yeah,
and Ralph and I, we did a training with Pride boot camp. Shout out to Lewis, who facilitates this and does this. He definitely pushed us to our core at the Fort Tryon Park, and when I tell you, I was sore, and I've been sore before and discovered little different body parts that I thought I couldn't be sore in. But when I tell you, I was sore in body parts where I'm like, what the hell? And for days, I still could touch parts and feel tender. I'm like, whoa, we got our ass handed to us.
did you? Yeah,
That boot camp.
that's cool. And you telling me to go? Yeah, come do it. No thanks. I'm all
So
right.
we did that.
I did my cardio.
We did that. That was fun. So shout out to Lewis, training with pride. Catch him, follow him. That was really cool to do this past weekend. I had to literally take. I couldn't go to. I had planned to go to the gym Sunday the next day, but I'm like, no, I cannot. My body felt like a Mack truck hit it. Did you watch Victoria? Because obviously I thought of you. The Victoria's Secret fashion show return because it was gone for a few years and
Hmm.
turned back.
I saw like I saw clips of it, but I haven't watched it because I was working late last night. And I'll watch. What is it? Amazon Prime, right? I could watch that anytime. I did see Tyla performed. I saw Tyra Banks who's strutting on stage. She looks amazing. She still
Oh, good.
got it.
Yeah, it was nice to see her. I was happy for
It
my.
was nice to see her. Now, why they did her dirty with that hair and makeup, I don't know. It's not my choice. When I think of Tyra Banks, I like how she looked before. Like, I don't know. And then was Adriana Lima there or no?
No idea. I don't know. I didn't watch the whole thing either.
Yeah, I saw. I remember seeing like Candice Wampanoag, which she's all right, even though everyone likes her. I don't really care for her, but yeah, I saw.
Cher
I
performed, I heard Cher was there.
Cher performed. Yeah, she performed. Bella Hadid was walking down the runway when she performed, but I'm sure I wasn't giving like back in the day Victoria's Secret Angel vibes, but that's cool.
How long was it? It was off the. It stopped. They stopped doing it for a few years because it used to air on CBS. It was a big deal every year around November. I think they used to
Yeah,
do
it was around December.
this November, December. But then it ended. How many years has it been gone?
Probably over 8 years. I think it didn't it stop in like 2016, 24, like 15, like around there, or 2017 maybe.
Yeah.
Mm. I used to love watching the originals with Giselle,
Mm.
Adriana, Alessandra. Um, what were the other ones? Yeah, even like the Pink fashion show when I used to work at Pink, it used to be so much fun because the models would come to the store. They would come to Victoria's Secret flagship store on 34th Street. But that's just a distant memory now, child. I can't believe that Victoria's Secret like they closed it down and now it's a Capital One Cafe Lounge. That is
So something else that will close that won't be there forever.
34th Street is so different now. Like it looks it's all the stores that used to be there are no longer there. Macy's is always going to be there and be a staple, but like it's just crazy to me that everything is like for lease, for rent, for
Yeah.
sale.
It's
Sad.
interesting. We're now the same way we heard the generation before us, or even people that we may still hang around with that are a little, maybe a few years older than us, a decade older than us. Oh, New York's changed. New York is not the same. Even they're going out. Speaking of going out, do you
Mm,
remember being 18? I know you're not like me. I know you're not much of a club girl, but I'm sure you did go
at
out. But
18,
do
I
you
was not in
remember
the club.
being 18 or younger when you turn 18 and going out to the club and how you like felt initially starting to go to the club and how you acted?
The first time I never went to the club when I was 18. The first time I ever went to the club was for my 21st birthday. And Chris, who's on in the comments, can attest to this because he was present. We celebrated my birthday in a club. I forgot the name of the club. Please, I know he knows. But um yeah, it was cool. At that I like celebrated with some coworkers and like high school friends, and I think like we all chipped in to be in VIP or to like get a bottle or something. That was literally the first time I ever tried Red Bull and vodka, and I was like, "Oh, I don't like how this feels, bitch." Like I was like high low, and yeah, I still have pictures of that day. Actually, that's
So
crazy.
wait a minute. So you mean to tell me you never at 18, 19, or 20, you never
Vision
went to a
nightclub.
club or a bar?
I don't remember. I don't think so. No, it wasn't my vibe. It wasn't. No, I don't even remember at 18. Like what the? I was in. I was in high school, yeah, but like, oh, after high school, like college. No, the only vivid memory I have is my 21st birthday. Now, probably like, have I gone to house parties and stuff? Yeah, remember, I was raised in Florida.
Florida's a little different.
I wish I will tell you this when I was younger and in those that age. Remember My Super Sweet 16 on MTV? I remember seeing this girl. Her name was Melanie. She was celebrating her Sweet 16 in some big ass club here in New York, and like she had Lucas Prada, some Italian like Guido singer performed for her birthday and stuff. And I was like, oh my god, I want to live in New York so I can go to the clubs. I know about all the clubs here, and I've never even gone to them. The Bachas, the Tunnel,
So yeah,
all those places. Like I used to listen to the
Limelight at
radio.
church. The one
Limelight.
I got to
Remember
go
when
there twice, once or
I
twice.
went with you once?
Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I didn't start going to clubs until like I moved to New York, and that was like in my 20s.
Yeah. I just was reminiscing because like at 18, I remember being excited going to the club. And then just the way I act, like the way you act, like
I
thinking
know. Remember, you know what's crazy? I vividly remember going to more gay clubs and bars than I do going to straight ones. I've gone. I think Boxers was like our hangout spot after work. We would
remember
go there
G
all the
Lounge
time.
too,
G Lounge. I've passed by a couple
gym
times.
bar.
Gym bar. Splash.
Mm.
I took my friend Chris to Boxers and he loved it. But I feel like I spent more time hanging out in gay bars and clubs than I did in straight ones, which is fine. But it's more fun, I guess.
You don't have to deal with the men you don't want hitting
I
on
don't
you.
got to deal with creeps, but they do make the girls pay. Remember?
In clubs, that's true. Instead of
They
getting
do. They're like, bitch, this is not your straight club. You're not. This is not ladies drink for free.
nah,
But
but me, I just remember being 18 and just with my friends and feeling so like first of all excited to finally start going out, but then like free and cunty.
really,
So stupid.
18, I can't even think of myself like going to. Not that it's a bad thing. I wish I would have, but I don't know. I don't
I
recall.
and then just me and my friends thinking were all that and just knew it all. Like, and I think back now, I'm like, oh please, pendejito of 18, 19, 20. That's pendejitos. Like,
Yeah.
it is like, who the hell did you think you are? Like,
But
it's
yeah, I love it. I think at that age, first of all, I got my first job at 19. So I probably would have been broke in the club with like a $5 bill in my little coin purse. I don't think I probably would have babysat one drink and like waited around to see if someone was gonna buy me a drink. So no.
yeah,
But
un pendejito that I was at that age. But I just think it's hilarious. I thought it was hilarious, and I was thinking about it.
now, in our age now, do you see yourself like how do you feel about going the idea of going to a club? Because remember, back in the day when you would go to the club, you would take a disco nap and like it would go to sleep like around 8 o'clock, 9, wake up at 10, be out the door by 11, meet up with your friends in pregame, and then go to the club and like stay out till like 3 or 4 in the morning. Can I see myself doing that now? Absolutely fucking not. What I would love is a brunch so that way I still have the late afternoon and evening to do what I have to do and be home.
Listen, that's the thing. Brunches are the new thing. That's what I'm saying. And I see the memes and I see people post like brunch is people that say like brunch is more my vibe than going to a club. Um,
Mm. Oh, do you want to talk about that place that we went to for brunch? Because I got shit to say.
oh, Diddy's what Diddy? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
Well,
quick, really quick to finish off before we get to that brunch. But yeah, it is just such a difference. And now I go out and I look
mm,
at the 18, 19, 20 year olds, and it's like, oh, the
your
youngins.
children.
And
We're
sometimes I
like
feel
double
out of
their age.
yeah, I feel out of place, but it's the same thing when I was 18, 19. We thought we were all that and trying to hit on the daddies and think you like, look at us, we're the young and fresh thing. And now it's like,
But
I
this,
look back and I'm like, I'm so, it's just so dumb. So dumb. But now I do prefer, like, I still go out. I still go out here and there. I'm balanced with that though. You're not seeing me out in the club every weekend. I don't need to be out every weekend. There's priorities now, it's called.
Yeah. There
But
used to be teen night
a,
back in
a
the
good a
Did you
good
go to teen night?
teen night
Yeah, there was teen night. Was it? I
back
think
in the days.
there was a club in Naples that had teen night. It was a Vision. I don't know the name.
Rhode Island had a teen night Thursdays, but again, I didn't
Yeah,
go out to 18. Like, I didn't start doing the club to 18. At 17, I was joyriding.
but in teen night you can go at 18. It
Oh,
was starting at 16, and the cutoff was I think like 21, which
nah,
is
but I
kind of
never.
nasty because that's technically jailbait if you think about it.
At 18, I'm just gonna go to. When I was 18, I wasn't trying to go to teen night. I was
He was
going to
trying to
like
find the
18 plus.
pappies.
I was trying. I was When I was young. I wanted the daddies. I wanted the older guy, not old like 60, but I wanted
Mm,
20 something, uppers, 30s, 40s, and clearly my first boyfriend was 40s. So yeah, I was not going to no teen night. But let's speak about brunch because we did go to brunch, and it was a spot that our fallen from disgrace guy Diddy has gone to as well.
Yeah, so there's a local spot in my neighborhood called Inwood Bar and Grill. I've never personally gone previous to this time. I've passed it many times. It always seemed popping. It's a big sports bar. A lot of people go there to watch
It's a big
sports and
city.
stuff. They have like jumbo TVs and all that. It was a very manly-esque vibe. Now, the first thing that I was like, oh, this is weird, was I got they checked my bag and then they removed a pepper spray that I had that's latched onto my house keys.
Listen,
I
we
thought
live in
that
New
was
York.
weird.
We need pepper spray.
What?
I'm saying we live in. I'm defending you. I'm like we live in.
Well, we live in New York. Of course, like you have to have some sort of mace. As a woman, I want to protect myself.
Of course,
Mace, pepper spray. You're lucky I don't walk around with a
taser.
pew pew. Um, what was the word that you told the bouncer when you were like, but you think that she's like something about like I'm not a threat or something? And he was like, well, no, his excuse for removing my pepper spray was wild. But then they stopped and frisked both Charlie and our friend Ralph. These two queens are not going to start a fight. First of all, so y'all doing too fucking much. That's first and foremost. Secondly, I didn't think that the food was that great. Like they have a decent brunch menu. Personally, I didn't think that the amount of food was big enough to serve on that plate. That plate was huge, but the food portion was like one third of it. So
Mhm.
that's strike two. And strike three to me was that welted salad. That salad was not good. The drinks, I'll give it out of a 10, I will give the drinks probably like a 6.75.
Ooh. With me. I'm surprised they didn't put this. The waitress had a little attitude.
She really
She
did.
had she had a slight little attitude. I pick up energies, and I'm very good because just the same way I'm very expressive in my face. People say, um, same thing with homegirl. Like I was picking up things, but you pick your battles, and I'm like, okay, girl, like whatever. But that's why we
Oh,
didn't
and
even.
remember, she was like, the timing, you only have 2 hours to sit here and eat.
Yeah,
It's like I don't like. First of all, it's the pandemic is over. You shouldn't tell people to like hurry up and go. This isn't McDonald's. It's not a fast food joint. I don't know. That will be my first and last time going. I wasn't really keen on it.
and it's right next to you too, like right around the block. You could take a little date or a motherfucker.
Imagine if someone asked me like, "Oh, let me take you on a date. Let's go to Inwood
Yeah,
Bar."
let's go around it because it's right near, right? Yeah, but
No,
you
there's
have a
a
lot of
lot of
cheap
different restaurants. There's a whole strip of
Yeah, you have
restaurants
a
around
lot.
me.
You have a lot around you, which is it's one thing that I think you are lucky and blessed because again, like if someone wants to date and they want to be around you, you have a few spots to choose from. So it is you do have a nice area, like a few other things that are nice. The one that we went to, Mama Sushi and stuff, is around there. Is it still
I love
open?
Mama Sushi. Yeah, it's still open.
That's still there, like literally near you. So, but yeah, Edward Bar and Grill, that was my maybe. I've been there a handful of times. It's a big spot and it's a popular spot because On a
Fuck.
Friday night or Saturday night, that shit is packed and there's people waiting and waiting lists. And there's more
Yeah,
to it. Melanie, there's like a downstairs that's
I know.
huge.
I
Like
know.
last time I was there, before this time, I was down there and I'm like, oh wow, I didn't even know there was this of the side because I've always been in the area we were in upstairs. It's a big place and it gets
It
fucking
gets packed, and I feel like the not the clientele, but like the demographic and like the targeted audience is not where I want to be. Granted, there were some fine ass dudes. I'm not
and
gonna lie.
the people be going there a lot though.
My people be going there, but I don't like to be around my people. If I'm not, I'm very selective of where I want to eat, especially in my neighborhood, because it's like uno se halta. You get tired of being in the same area. If I decide to like not cook and I want to order food from somewhere around here, I already know what the food's gonna be like. So if I go to the restaurant, whether it's on a date or a brunch with my friends, and I order the same thing and it's not consistent and it doesn't taste the same, that bothers me. That happens a lot in restaurants uptown. They think more about the ambience with music and having hookah than actually like focusing on their food palette and like making sure
And the
that the food tastes
service.
good.
And the
And
service
the service is trash. Like, do you see that we went in the middle of the early afternoon. There isn't that many people.
there
Why
wasn't
are you taking forever in a day to bring a refill or bring a drink to Ralph? You know, that shit was annoying. But I'd rather stick downtown with
going
my clients.
downtown. But speaking of date, like we were saying, dates. If you have a date and you can take them around there, you know, we are both single ladies, and I mean, I'm fresh to the single world. You've been single for a little bit.
I'm a
But
veteran.
listen, I this is what I've been like, introspective within myself and thinking like, this is what I have to deal with now because people who want to chill and like, oh, I want to see you, I miss you, hit you up with the hey, whether it's text message or DM, or when are we gonna chill? But then is with me, what is up to you? Let me know. But then they go ghost.
Mm.
I'm like, is this the bullshit I have to deal with? And then this is why also I'm starting to look at age and age factor. Some of you kids, listen, Child's Play is my favorite movie. One of my favorite movies, but it doesn't mean I like Child's Play. Go and play some board games if that's a Child's Play you want to play. Go play in traffic, kick some rocks. I don't know, but don't waste my time. Don't DM me, don't text me. And then, like when I say, I'm starting to be just as petty. Hey, hey.
Yep. If you hit me up with a hey and you don't follow up with a hey, how are you? I am gonna say hey back. I'm not going to be like, hi, how are you? How you been? No, no.
Anyone I mean, because I know some people be watching stuff. Listen, if you're trying to go up, first of all, communication is very big with me. Very, very big. Ask the last one. Very, very big. And as I'm moving forward and I'm getting older, like I know I'm getting more into my power and what I want and what I deserve and what I'm not gonna deal with. And a bad communicator is one of them. So if you're a bad communicator, stop it. Let me just tell you right now, stop it because you're not gonna go far with me. Communication is very big. I think it's just like wild to me. Like the people who are so interested in you, sweating you so high, especially when I was in a relationship
Mm.
now they want to be very like it's kind of like I don't know how to describe
Temptation.
it. It's like they want the food, the fish, but then they give up really quick when they like I can't quite put the words to it, but it's just mind blowing to me and it's funny and very I get introspective with it like this is the world this is what guys and you said a little bit about it too like in your dating journey these people on these apps and stuff like oh I want this and
They
that.
want a pen pal. Oh, I'm looking. I want to settle down eventually, but like right now, I'm not forcing it. I'm just going with the vibes, and the vibes are just like literally being in a texting relationship. You need you if you want to divulge things or you want to have a conversation with someone, go seek a therapist. Go get a pen pal. Go write to a prisoner. Do that because
Yeah,
I'm not the one.
I'm not a pen pal, and like for real, like it's like this is
Or
If
Then
they
you have the ones, and sorry for cutting you off, but then you have there's another option too. Then you have ones that are on your tail, harassing you, telling you that they want to take you out, they want to go out with you, they want to see you, they
I
want to
miss you,
chill, but instead they just want to come over and hang out. They just want to come over, or they don't put your money where your mouth is. If you
listen,
can't afford to like hang out, don't say that you want to hang out.
that too. I may be at my daddy age too. And listen, I don't mind like,
Daddies need to be taken care of too.
but it doesn't mean I'm gonna take care of you. That's one. Two. That's another thing. Another thing I don't mind. If it's just wham bam, let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm very free in that sense. I'm not that demure in that sense where it's like, oh no, you got to take me out a date. You want to fuck? Let's just fuck. That's fine. Let's just whatever. I'm that dude. But stop the like stop the cap. Stop the bullshit of, oh, I want to see you. When am I gonna see you? I miss you, or this or that, or the plane of like, oh, you didn't invite me, or this.
Oh, what are you doing? Chilling at home without me, smiley, sad face.
Exactly. Like
What
set
a
some
lame.
like take like you want to deal with it. Like take initiative. That's whack to me. I just think it's so whack. And I don't know about anyone else out there that's listening to it. If y'all deal with this, maybe y'all do. Y'all are the person that do this. Listen, I could be someone that taking ownership for myself. I know some people may feel like I may be kind of ghosty or like not follow up with them. But at the same time, I'm not sitting going out my way telling these people I miss you. When are we gonna chill? Like I am proactive with setting something up, or I'm not gonna set something up and be like, let's do this, and then cancel on you or come up with some bullshit excuse. Like,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like if I set something up, I'm gonna do it. Um, so there's a difference. It's just mind blowing to me, and I'm like, wow, this is now what I have to deal with in this era. But at the same time,
No, I feel like you don't have to deal with it. You can
yeah,
pick and choose who
absolutely,
you want to deal with.
exactly.
I was in, I've been single for a minute. Like I have my moments that I'm not single, and then I have my moments that I am.
Mhm.
But one thing that I have mastered is you can provide your energy or like release your energy to certain things and certain people. And if you see that a person is super flaky or is constantly, in DR we call it Don Vigilio. There's this like old wives' tale of this man who used to point, I'm gonna make a school there and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. And he never did it. That's Don Vigilio. And people who are always saying shit like they say that they're gonna do something or they're gonna take you out or like, yes, let's get together, and they don't put any action to it, you just like let it be. I have even girlfriends that are like that. Like we talk about hanging out for the longest and I haven't seen them in years. But when it comes to like dating, it's very easy to fall in the hole of thinking like, oh, something's wrong with me because he's
Yeah,
not taking me out, or something like,
people are
what
not
did I say?
following
Or
up.
maybe I'm not reaching out as much as I should. Maybe if I gave a little bit more initiative, it will entice him or her to take me out.
I don't
Fuck
force
that
anything.
shit. I
I don't
mean, it's a
force
two-way street.
exactly. And no, that I agree too. I'm not trying to
Read
say
the lines of open communication, and if they don't take the social cues, then
mhm.
keep it pushing. It's not that serious. You could force a situation and then just end up being screwed.
My
Like
thing is I don't want to with some of these people because it's not just one. Again, I'm single, so it's not just one. It's like a few, and it's like this is, and sometimes part of me wants to be like react and be like, yo, why are you even hitting me up? Like, stop hitting me up. If you're saying all this, but then you're doing this, like, don't hit me up. But you know what? I also don't want to give that energy because it's like they don't really even make ni he ni ha. They're not that important to me, so I don't want to give anyone that energy thinking, oh shit, like that they're that important. It's just I also don't want my time wasted. Like, save your energy and save my energy from even reading your bullshit messages or your text messages or anything. Like, just save it.
yeah.
But it's just very interesting and wild. Like, especially now being in the market again. It's like
Well,
it's interesting.
welcome to the club. In the club, we're all fam. Literally.
Yeah, it's interesting. But listen, we are excited for our Halloween bash coming up in 2 weeks.
I'm
What
so
I'm
excited.
We started throwing. I'm doing some throwbacks today of our past Halloween outfits. We'll be
Yeah.
posting our together and separate throwbacks in anticipation of our Halloween bash, October 30th. We're excited for Halloween period this year because we're going away
I
as
hope my costume arrives before the 30th.
me too. Well,
Look, girl.
I hope mine arrives before next weekend because next weekend I'm going out in New York and that's the outfit for New York and that shit's still in Hong Kong as of
Bitch. You better hope that that shit
today.
does not get caught up in customs.
Yeah.
No, but I'm excited for the choice that I made. I did a poll on Instagram and like the responses I was getting was so fucking ridiculous.
Well,
Be a sexy nurse, be a sexy cop, be a teacher, be a candy stripe. Like
we're
y'all
gonna put
bitches
some
know
choices.
I'm not like that.
We're gonna do some polls on our circle page as well to see what the people want us to be or what they think we're gonna be. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We've seen some people here, so thank you so much. We appreciate you guys. Make sure to like. It's free. It's very easy. You can just like, rate, follow, subscribe, share. It means the world. Next week, tune in. We continue our month. And listen, supporting breast cancer, I just want to shout out real quick. Uh, it's very important. I have people in my family that have gone through cancer and thankfully have made it through. And so why don't you set that up real quick? Thank you guys so much. We are out. We will see you guys next week. Same place, same time. Adios.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow, like, share, subscribe, everything the Inner Circle podcast, and catch us every Wednesday live at 8 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook.